The sponsor of my stream and podcast is DistroKid. If you want 10% off on your first subscription with DistroKid, release your music to the world on every major music platform. Make sure to go to my website, andrewvanzark.com, and click on the discount link under the tab of DistroKid.
Power up on Galactic Travel Radio, 91.7 FM, www.andrewvanzark.com. Don't forget to download the app on App Store and Google Play. Now you're listening with power. Power to the music.
Alrighty, welcome to Galactic Radio. My name is Argan. This is your safe space to discuss Star Wars, music, and other geeky topics. And I hope that you're all having a great time and that you're doing great on this night. It's Wednesday, November 6th, 9:35 p.m. And we're going to get ourselves acquainted with some awesome stuff here in sports. So many good things to be talking about. One of the things I wanted to start is that after the election, Trump has won. And we have to say that Mousy Roy sees Trump's return as chance for PGA Tour on PIF's partnership. So Rory McIlroy stated Trump's return could benefit PGA Tour and PIF collaboration, reviving an unified men golf league. Quoting here, given today's news with what happens in America, I think that clears a little bit the way. McIlroy told reporter at the DP World Tour Abu Dhabi's HSBC Golf Championships. So during recent interviews on the SiriusXM podcast hosted by Jim Moray and Bill Belichick, former President Trump expressed his confidence in negotiating a deal between the PGA Tour and the PIF. The Saudi Arabia sovereign fund that oversees the 54's golf. Trump remarked that he believes it would take him approximately 15 minutes to finalize such an agreement. So, 18 months ago, negotiations faced Department of Justice challenge, raising antitrust concerns. Government caution sparked worries about foreign investment feasibly in venture. But the Department of Justice would work under Trump's direction and its administration's priorities, and he's made it clear he's in favor of an agreement. So, quoting here, he might be able to get a deal done, Mousy said. He's got Elon Musk, who I think is the smartest man in the world. Besides him, collaboration with Musk could potentially augment our efforts significantly, for sure. At least that's what I think. So, quoting here again, I think from the outside looking in, it's probably a little less complicated than it actually is. But obviously, Trump has a great relationship with Saudi Arabia. He's got a great relationship with golf. He's a lover of golf, so maybe. Who knows? So, in the past 3 years, 54 Golf hosted 6 events the LIV Golf hosted 6 events in Trump's own courses in New Jersey, VA, and Miami. Compensation was provided to Bedminster and Doral. Jared Kushner secured a $2 billion investment from the Public Investment Fund for his firm. Facing LIV Golf, Trump ties to Saudi investors seen through his participation at LIV events are noteworthy. Legal disputes with the NFL over antitrust allegations while owning the New Jersey Generals led the USFL's demise. So, quoting here, the DOG is a creature of the executive branch, and with its law enforcement and prosecutorial role, it can exercise significant discretion and pursue the priorities of the current administration, said Brooklyn Law School professor in sports antitrust expert Jody Balson. Quoting here also, when a new administration comes in, whether it is Harris or Trump, they can dictate the priorities of the DOJ. Mousy Roy on the PGA Tour Enterprises Transactions Subcommittee isn't aware of a complete deal from a UK tabloid. Progress persists. PGA Tour's Monahan was in Saudi Arabia. He'll update the subcommittee soon. So that is good to know, good to note out, and we're going to get ourselves acquaintance with stuff like that, So, on other news, we got the one and only, the WPBL, the Women's Professional Baseball League. I'm actually really excited about this. Recently, the WPBL has liked some of my posts, and I'm really excited for that. I can't wait for this league to come out and be a thing in 2026. And one of the special advisors of this is Ayami Sato. Japan's MVP pitcher becomes special advisor of WPBL. So, what is it all about? Chances are she remains relatively unknown. So, baseball, traditionally perceived as a male dominant sport, has seen a notable rise in exceptionally skilled female players, not only in the United States, but also across the globe. Among these talented athletes, we have the five gold medalists from Japan, who achieved the remarkable feat of securing three consecutive MVP awards. Japanese pitcher Ayami Sato plays for Aichi Doni in the Japan's Women's Baseball League and Japan's women's national team. She has led her team to 5 World Cups medal and is recognized as one of the top female players worldwide. Soto's impressive speed reaches at nearly 80 miles per hour and her curveball spins at 2,583 RPM. She has earned 5 gold medals for Japan and is the sole female player to secure the 3 consecutive MVP awards. So, now, as previously mentioned in my article, Women's Pro Baseball, a new era of talent on the field in 2026, a women's professional baseball league is scheduled to launch with 6 teams, accompanied by the esteemed presence of Ayami Sato, a renowned baseball pitcher, who will serve as the special advisor of the league. The inclusion of Sato in this capacity is a significant honor, underscored by her accolades, including an award bestowed on her on August 31st, 2018. So she's the 3-time World Cups MVP, Ayami Sato, on women's baseball. So those are things that we have to keep ourselves aware that the Women's Professional Baseball League is coming. And it's been 70 years since that has been a thing. And I can't wait for that to be a thing. So moving on to the WNBA, the Chicago Sky names Tyler Marsh as head coach. So on November 3rd, 2024, in Chicago, the Chicago Sky has named Tyler Marsh as their franchise head coach, the team announced today. Quoting here, we promised our fans that we would be very intentional with our next coaching hire, with the goal of being a playoff and championships contender. Every year, Nadia Rawlinson, Chicago Sky co-owner and opening chairman, said Coach Marsh brings a wealth of successful coaching experiences and accountable leaderships to our young team, and we look forward to a new era of Chicago Sky basketball with Coach Marsh at the helm. So, quoting here, today we are excited to welcome Tyler Marsh as the new head coach of the Chicago Sky. General Manager Jeff Pagliocca said, Tyler's relentless work ethics, deep understanding of the game, and ability to connect with players on a potential personal level sets him apart. His commitment to developing each player's unique strength, along with his basketball acumen and calm, composed leadership style, makes him an outstanding fit for our team. Tyler is known for his integrity, humility, and focus on building a culture rooted in trust and accountability. We are confident that he will lead the Sky to new heights and inspire our players and fans alike. He said to the Chicago Sky, I'm so grateful to be the next head coach of the Chicago Sky. This is great news. This is awesome. And I can't wait to, see what happens with the Chicago Sky. The women's NBA I used to watch a lot, and I would love to get back into the women's NBA. But um, all these teams have been going really nice. If you want to know the schedules for the games at this point in time, there's games to happen on soon. It'll be in upcoming months. So if you want to keep yourself acquainted with what's happening with the WNBA, go to WNBA.com and you'll be able to continue getting yourself acquaintance there. Also, if you wanted to get yourself acquaintance with the women's NBA, women's professional baseball league, you can go to the women's professional baseball league.com. You'll get latest news about us, contacts, franchise info, and players. That way you can continue to note and know what is happening until 2026 of the Women's Professional Baseball League. I'm excited. I can't wait for that, and things are getting awesome. The people that are up and running here on the Women's Professional Baseball League are Justin Siegel, the co-founder, baseball pioneer, and founder of Baseball for All. Then we got Ayami Sato, which we talked about her before, special advisor, legendary baseball pitcher. We got Natalie Miklolich, PR director, award-winning PR leader, and NCAA Division One varsity tennis team champion. And we have Paige Thompson, operations director, former competitive player. We got Matt Warren, technology director. Then we have Keith Stain, founder, CEO of the Toronto Maple Leaf baseball team. And then we have Cito Gaston, special advisor, manager of World Series winning Toronto Blue Jays, 1992 to 1993. And those are the people that are going to debut. They got 6 teams to debut with the Women's Professional Baseball League, and these are the people that are going to push and start everything. As I told the Women's Baseball League, the Women's Professional Baseball League, I told them I will be one of the first sports radio news and newspaper to actually cover the headlines that matter. Score those headlines, get them, and put them in there, because we need to get these headlines from the Women's Pro Baseball League.com and from the league itself, and just broadcast them. And if I have the chance to narrate some of the games, I would totally narrate the games, even if it's just outside of the league and just as a fan. I want to be one of those first to be acquaintance with the Women's Pro Baseball League. So, let's continue with the awesome stuff here and the awesomeness here, and let's get ourselves acquaintance with more news. If you want to know a little bit more, the Women's Pro Baseball, a new era of talent on the field. Although the hardball pipeline faces constraints in its players, organizers state that there's a significant roster of players ready to make their debut in Women's Pro Baseball League by 2026. 6 teams, to be exact. So we've seen women play sports all around. Women haven't been away from sports all this time. They are actually pretty in with the sports. So those are things that we have to keep in mind when it comes to understanding sports and women in sports. Just saying. Those are one of the things that I like about sports. It's diverse. There's lots of things to cover, and there's many ways to understand whatever is happening with the women's in sports. So if we continue moving on with more awesomeness and more news around the world, around the globe, we can get ourselves acquaintance with more stuff. There's actually stuff to be talked about when it comes to Major Baseball League. Some of the players from the Yankees have been staying or being kicked out, and they have to move and check around things to understand things a bit better. So, what are we talking about? What are we saying? For Yankees news, the Yankees have made inquiries about Mets power hitter Pete Alonso. It's a move to the Bronx on the horizon for Pete Alonso. So he's moving from the Mets to the Yankees. They're trying to secure some really good. Then, what else? We got some more news here with the baseball, and then, as we all know, Freeman was exception on postseason. There's videos on my page of Lecture Radio on X where you can see Freddie Freeman doing all those home runs that he deserved. Then after that, we got Garrett Cole has agreed to stay in the Yankees on the 4 years for a $144 million deal. He initially opted out, per source. Oof. And I'm glad he's staying because Garrett Cole is a great player. And then on the NFL, we can move on to the NFL. Daniel Jones continues as the Giants' starting quarterback, confirmed by coach Brian Daboll. No alterations in quarterbacks practice reps this week. So, the best quarterback in the NFL, you guessed it. It is none other than Daniel Jones. I love all the stuff that's happening so far on the stuff. And moving back to the MLB, Gleyber Torres did not receive the qualifying offer from the Yankees, as reported by Jeff Passan. So, unfortunately, Gleyber doesn't stay on the Yankees. He's still going to be a player, but he might have to move on somewhere else. So, what are we talking here? What are we talking? Let's get ourselves acquaintance with back to the NFL for a second, because we do have something to note out here. For Week 10 for Fox NFL, the slate is on Thursday on 8:15 p.m. For those of you that want to know, we have games scheduled from Thursday until Monday, so you can check that out. We got the roster here, and it's looking really good. You know, I'm expecting the New York Giants to ramp up their game. I'm expecting the Steelers to continue doing what they're doing. The Vikings have been going really good, so I think the Vikings should continue to push it in there. The Rams, uh, the Cowboys flopped it. The Cowboys are just not. Cowboys are not doing good. The Colts are also not doing great. So, the Patriots pretty good. So if we keep this momentum for some, the Jets scored a victory the other day. So if we can keep that momentum, I'd love for the New York teams to either one to actually reach the end, the finals. So we're just trying to get ourselves acquainted with the season to see who ends up on that Super Bowl. We still don't know. There's predictions running, but we need to focus on to getting ourselves acquaintance with, you know, the one and only Super Bowl. And I wonder who's going to be that halftime artist or musician to perform. You know, it's something that usually, if not all the time, catches my attention. Even if it's an artist that I don't care, I love watching the halftime because music is my thing, and we got to continue with all the stuff that has to do with, you know, entertainment. So, if we move on to the other world of sports with the one I call the fancy sports, because my God, this is for the fancy people. We have on the golf, we got sleeper picks worldwide technology championships for the PGA Tour. So, what is this all about? Let's dive in a little bit onto this news and see what's up. So, Cameron Champ, when Nico Echeverria appeared atop my power ranking for the Muriel Beach Classic, I know that it generated surprise. While it's never my intent to be provocative, there's a subset of talents for which I've gone out on a limb over time, with his makeup and progression through the ranks that included a breakthrough victory at the Puerto Rico Open a year prior, and in the absence of a bona fide favorite in the inaugural competition, the Colombian fit the bill, and then um, absence of bona fide favorite in the inaugural competition, the Colombian fit the bill, and then he missed the cut. The upshot is that this group often warrants consideration for at least a frustration of a unit in the right market. Lo and behold, Chavarria prevailed at the Suzu or Soso Championships 2 weeks ago, with pre-tournament odds on plus 20,000. Oof. Champs is on the same short list. He's worn down faith throughout 2024, but there's have been signs of life in recent months. He had concluded in 3M Opens with a blistering 63 for a season best T12. And he signed for 13 red numbers across 15 rounds, spanning 5 stars, en route to a T45 on Cardonal at Diamantes last year. He was able to send it off the tee as usual, ranking second in measured drive. Shot length isn't used, and yet missed only 6 fairways all week. The freedom to lean on his power without penalties elevates his expectations. Here, perhaps more than anywhere else, he leads the PGA Tour in both strokes gained off the tee and total, and he's T3 and par 5 scoring. So there you have it. This guy played on the Puerto Rican outright, on the Open, on the Puerto Rico Open. And he's in a good momentum. So if he can keep up with the good momentum he has, I see good possibilities for him. That's for sure. Cameron Champ, keep it up. So those are the stuff that we have to keep in mind at this point in time. So thank you all for being here. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for having a good time. I'm Andrew Van Zark, and this is your safe space to be here to unwind and talk about news, music, sports, whatever you want. But usually, I like to keep it with the reggae and sports. So, I'll catch you on the flip side. Adios, amigos. For those of you listening on the iOS and Android station, I'll leave you guys with the music. Bye!